Welcome to another edition of Butler's Inventor Playground. Today we're going to take a look at how to create the climbing wall. Before we start with this drawing, make sure that you have your packet open up next to you. Climbing wall, this sheet open, your iPad next to you with the video playing, and Inventor is loaded on your computer. To start our climbing wall, we're going to be drawing this front view right here. Okay, this is our origin in the bottom left hand corner. We're going to come across 72 inches. We can see the length of this line here on our top view, 72 inches. Then we're going to go straight up to this point here, and the length of this side we can find on our right side view is 123 inches. Once we get up to the top here, we're going to make a turn to the left, and we're going to go 18 inches to the left, which is the length of this line up here. Okay, so let's start with that. We're going to go up to the orange file in the top left hand corner. We're going to go down to New. We're going to select Standard IPT. Click Create. We're going to start with our 2D sketch, the drawing with the green plus mark, and we're going to place that on our XY plane. Let's click Front in our World View Cube so we can zoom all. And we're going to create our line tool for our climbing wall. Starting at our origin, we're going to get our green dot. We're going to click, let go of the mouse button, stretch out a line. We want to be at 0 degrees. You can see that right here in the box. We're at 0 degrees, and the length of this line is going to be 72 inches, 72.00 inches. Press enter on the keyboard. You can see that it kind of went way off of our screen, and that's okay. We can fix that a couple of different ways. We can either click Front in our World View Cube, or we can also click the magnifying glass piece of paper, which is Zoom All, out of our navigation pane. Okay, now we're going to take and we're going to go straight up. Make sure we're at 90 degrees. We're going to go straight up 123 inches. So I'm going to type in 123. Make sure you're at 90 degrees. Press enter on the keyboard. Now we're going to take and we're going to make our cursor go to the left hand side. Once again, you can see my cursor here. I'm going to make that project to the left hand side. I want to be at 90 degrees, and the length of this line at the top is going to be 18 inches. Press enter on the keyboard. Press escape. So now we have a line going across the bottom, straight up, and over the top. Let's go back to our drawing and take a look at what's next. So now, this is where we left off right here in this corner. We need another line that goes straight down, and you can see the dimension here is 27 inches. But then we're going to go off to the left hand side with this line, and you can see that that's 36 inches. We're going to go back up to the top, and you can see that this line over here is 27 inches again. And then we're going to go across the top to the left, and this line here is 18 inches. Once we get to this point here, it's going to be an easy task of just creating an end and box this in. We're going to go from here all the way back down to the origin, get a green dot, and close this shape off. Okay, let's take a look at how to do that on our computer. Once again, this is where we left off at the top. If you want to, you can click Front in your World View Cube to kind of zoom all and get everything back on your screen, depending upon how far out you zoomed. You can also use the wheel on the mouse in order to zoom in a little bit. We're going to get our line tool once again. This is where we left off, so I want to make sure I get my green dot here on the end point of that line. Click, and we're going to go straight down 90 degrees. The length of this line, remember, is going to be 27 inches. 27. Press enter on the keyboard. Now I'm going to project my line over to the left hand side. Make sure I'm at 90 degrees reading for that degree symbol. and this distance is going to be 36 inches. Press enter on the keyboard. Now I need to go back up to the top, make sure that I'm at 90 degrees, and the length of this line to match the other side, you can see right here, and also off of our drawing, is 27 inches. Press enter. We're going to finish off by going left one more time, and we're going to enter in a distance of 18 inches, and we're going to make sure that our degree symbol is at 90 degrees. Press enter on the keyboard, and now we just have this line coming all the way back down to our origin. So once we are here, we're going to come all the way back down to our origin, get your green dot, and click to select it. If you accidentally pressed escape, we need to click line tool from our ribbon bar at the top again, get your green dot at the top by the end of that 18-inch line, click. We're going to stretch out our line tool, come back down to our origin, get our green dot, click to close that shape off, press the escape key to let go of that, and now we have the basic shape of our climbing wall drawn. Let's finish sketch. Green check mark in the upper right hand corner of our ribbon bar. Let's click front in our world view cube to zoom all. Okay, that's looking really good right now. Let's take a look at our drawing. From our drawing, we need to see how far back we're going to take and extrude this. So take a look at our drawing. You can see our dimension for the extrusion depth is right here, 3 inches. That's the thickness of our wall. So let's take care of that next. Let's go back to our drawing. We're going to click our extrude tool from the ribbon bar at the top. We want to extrude in direction number 2, which is the flip direction. That orange arrow should be pointing away from us. And then in our behavior section for our distance, we're going to take and change that to 3 inches. Now my profile automatically highlighted because I had all 4 corners closed off. If it does not automatically select blue for you like mine did, right here in the profile, you may have to click here and then select that rectangle or that profile that you created. Once again, we're going to be in a direction, flip direction. That orange arrow should be pointing away from you. And the distance we typed in right here is 3 inches. And then click OK. That's awesome. We have our climbing wall basic done. Now if we take a look at our drawing again and you take a look at the packet that you are looking at, you can see that there's these holes placed all over the place for our wall handles to fit into. And if you take a look at here, it says place a minimum of 10 holes on the wall. Place the holes where you want. Each hole must have a diameter of 1.75 and it should be cut in 0.25. So the diameter is 1.75 and a depth of 0.25, which is 1/4 inch. Let's take a look at how to create this on our climbing wall. Let's go back to our drawing. We're going to take a 2D sketch, place this on the front view of our climbing wall. Click front in your world view cube to zoom all. Now, to create a hole, we're going to use our point tool. From our ribbon bar at the top in the create section, you should see a point tool right here. We're going to click to select that. And starting towards the bottom, we're going to make some clicks and place points. So if I take and I click here, see how it places a point right there? Now remember, we're going to put 10 down. So there's 1, 2, 3. You can make them as random as you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'll place one up here, 9, and maybe one over on this side, 10. Okay, so I have 10 points placed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once I have those 10 points placed, I'm going to press the escape key on my keyboard. I'm going to finish sketch, green check mark. Now that I have those points, I need to use my hole tool up here at the top in order to set the specifications for the holes we're going to place there. Let's take a look at our drawing once again. Take a look in your packet. The diameter is going to be 1.75 and each one of these is going to go to a depth of 0.25. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like on our drawing. The first thing we need to do is from our modify section in our ribbon bar, we're going to select our hole tool. this window should open up for you. If it opens up on top of your part, let's take and move that off to the side. A couple things we want to change on here first. Is we're going to make sure that we're at a simple hole. The seat section, we do not want any seat for right now. The termination, we want to enter in a distance. Right now this symbol means that it's going through all, so we want to enter a distance. Okay, and if we remember back from our drawing, the diameter is 1.75, the depth is 0.25. So back on our drawing once again, our depth right here, we're going to highlight and enter in a distance of 0.25. The diameter down here, we're going to enter in a distance of 1.75. And you can see our holes kind of expand here and show you what they sort of look like. Okay, all the points selected. You should have all 10 of those holes going at the same time. Now the next thing that we have is the drill point. For a regular drill, it has an angle point to it right here. Since these are going to be our wall handles and they're going to have a flat bottom to them, we're going to change to a flat bottom drill bit. So the drill point, we're going to change from angled to flat. So we have flat point on our drill. We have 0.25 for our depth, 1.75 for our diameter. Click OK. And there's our wall, climbing wall, with the holes for our wall handles to go into. This looks great. Nice job on this part. Go up to the orange file. Go down to Save As. Make sure you're going to your H drive once again. First initial last name 000. Part number 9 is not a very good name for this, so we're going to highlight that and change it to climbing wall. Climbing wall. Click Save. Awesome. Now that we have this done, our next episode is the wall handle. We're going to take a look at how to create that, and then we'll move on to the next parts. Nice job.